Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about where is the best place to farm seasonal points as well as the other currencies. Because this seasonal event is unique in the sense that you don't just farm seasonal points, buy out the shop and you're good to go. There's actually a secret shop which requires a different type of currency. So a lot of people have been asking me, is Retem Al Noth still the best place to farm? Should I be farming the limited time quest? What's the best place to farm? Well, in today's video, we're going to be covering all of that. But first of all, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily. So if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. Alright, so the very first question I want to address is it better to run the limited time quest or to just farm in PSE combat zones? It really depends on what you want. If you want the special currency in order to buy out the secret shop, then you want to run combat zones, constantly get PSE bursts, and you will earn more of those special currencies faster than the limited time quest. However, there is a catch to this, and that you need to run a lower level combat zone. So if we open up the map over here and you look over here at Retem Al Noth, you will not be running rank 4. You're actually going to be running rank 3 Retem Al Noth. The reason for this is because you're going to be killing mobs significantly faster since the mobs are really low level. They're going to be level 40 while you're level 65. But on top of this, you're simply just going to be burning through the E's and T's a lot quicker, which opens up more opportunities for these special Stellar Graces to drop down. When I was running Retem Al Noth on rank 3, I was literally getting those special Stellar Graces every 5 minutes. It was absolutely insane, and I was able to farm up a lot of that special currency very, very quickly. And not only do you get a lot of those special currencies really quickly, you also get a lot of Christia weapons. Because don't forget, the Christia weapons also drop at lower rank combat zones. You don't have to run the highest level combat zone in order to farm for Christia weapons. And if you guys watched my video yesterday, well, the Christia weapons are pretty much best in slot for the entire duration of this event. Now there's a minor correction I need to make for yesterday's video, and that was Cake put in 15% instead of 5% for the calculation of the Christia weapon. However, they have changed that already, so it's back to 5%, so all the calculations are correct now. It's just that in the video that I showcased yesterday, the calculations were a little bit off, but nevertheless, the TLDR, if you don't want to watch yesterday's video, is the Christia weapons are very, very powerful, and they are better than your Kaiser weapon or even your rugged weapon in the case of fighting seasonal enemies. So if you are planning to do any sort of seasonal point farming, you want to use a Christia weapon, you don't want to use your Kaiser or anything else, even if you have min-max augments. The Christia weapon with very mediocre augments is going to be significantly better than whatever best in slot weapon that you currently have. But now that you know that, you might want to go to combat zones because you can farm for high fixa Christia weapons. Those high fixa Christia weapons are actually going for a lot of money right now if you plan to sell them on the marketplace, or maybe you're farming it for your own personal use. I was able to farm for multiple Fixa 3 attack as well as Fatale Christia weapons in Retem Al Noth rank 3. All the mobs are level 40. You're just killing billions of mobs very, very quickly. So in my personal experience, if you are planning to farm for Christia weapons, prioritize speed as well as mob clear over the level of the mobs. Because as we all know, NGS does not have the best drop rate. It's actually pretty abysmal, as you and I know. So the faster you clear mobs and the more mobs you kill, the higher the chance it is for you to obtain a high fixa Christia weapon. So those are all the pros for running combat zones. Now, what is the con of running a combat zone? Number one is if combat zones isn't your cup of tea, you're going to burn yourself out very, very quickly. You're going to get bored very, very quickly. But on top of that, there is currently the Autumn 2022 Special Scratch. Unfortunately, you cannot earn any of these Special Scratch tickets by running a combat zone. The only way to earn these Special Scratch tickets is through the limited time quest. So you kind of need to run the limited time quest in order to earn these tickets so that you can get all the cosmetic items over here. Or if you don't even care about the cosmetic items, there is the color change passes, which I know a lot of people really want, and a ton of SG. So this is pretty much your unlimited farm for SG. It is very time consuming and there is a lot of luck involved. However, don't forget, every 40 times you scratch, you do get a selector ticket, which is a guaranteed item. You can pick anything that you want from the special scratch. So this is kind of our guarantee or our pity. So that is pretty nice. but nevertheless, you are going to need to farm a metric butt ton of the limited time quest if you are planning to get everything from this special scratch. Now, by running the limited time quest, I do recommend running the highest level, so that would be the rank 5 variant. I have not tested running the lower rank variants, and I don't know the drop rates for that, but the high rank variant, you do get a ticket about 1 every 5 to 10 runs. It's not super bad. I think the main reason for this is because each run is so short. It's 5 minutes a run. You get a metric butt ton of EXP. You get like 1,000,000 EXP for running this, by the way. You get a lot of seasonal points. You get some of that special currency for the secret shop, and you get obsidian weapons as well as class EX cubes. So the limited time quest is really good if you just want to run it over and over and over. However, it does get a little bit monotonous after, like, you know, your 100th run, because all the mobs spawn at the exact same place. Everything is exactly the same. So once you've found your most optimal route, like, oh, I'm going to be farming this to get the most points and all of that, then it's kind of just running the same thing over and over and over. But I know a lot of people who actually enjoy doing that, and they're like, yo, this is great, you know, I can just turn off my brain, I do the same route every single time, and I just rack up a bunch of resources. And so, in my personal opinion, I kind of juggle between the two. When I get bored of combat zones, I jump into the limited time quest. When I get bored of that, I jump back into combat zones. And I alternate between the two, and that way I get a bunch of seasonal points, a bunch of obsidian weapons, as well as those special scratch tickets, and of course, the special currency to buy out the seasonal shop. But on top of that, there's also the class X cubes, which is a nice little touch on the limited time quest. So I do need to run that a little bit more often because I do want to max out all of my add-on skills. So in conclusion, both combat zones as well as the limited time quest are both amazing. They're both worth your time. This event is really nice because there's just so many things in the event shop that is worth picking up, and they're all valuable, and there's items that you can use right now. And on top of that, your Christia weapons, you know, you just pick it up from the shop, you go to the secret shop, you pick up those extra augments. With the augmentation A plus 10% event going on right now, you have a 100% chance of augmentation success rate on your weapon. So it's super easy to augment that, set it all up, and you're good to go. But let me know in the comment section below, what have you been farming for seasonal points? Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye! Can I say except you're welcome for the heals, the boosts, the res.